Once again, we're back in here for the Free Agent Lifestyle Podcast and the Wake Up Show, sponsored by somebody's going to sponsor my coffee today. Shout out to the Coach Gang. Appreciate you for being here. This is going to be a very important topic, so we're not going to waste time. I'm not going to mince my words. Some feelings are going to get hurt. Red Pill Crypto just said it right now in the comment section. Some feelings are going to get hurt today. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Some feelings might get hurt on this one. Okay. I only know one way to do it. You can follow my lead or you can get the hell out of the way. That's how I'm going to do it here. And this is a very important stream. We're not going to talk about straggle daggles too much. All right. I might talk about the community as an example, and I might even reference suburban people as a reference. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but obviously if you can look, one lifestyle is better than the other. All right. So we're going to do this today. We're going to do this. Get your notebook out because this stream is not something that I tend to do just as conversation. We talk about relationship dynamics, and this has to do with relationship dynamics. Also has to do with free agent lifestyle. All right. All of that stuff. And I'm trying to get men to think differently than how they were conditioned to think. This is about romance, relationship, love, money, all of that stuff. Everything goes hand in hand. And this information is going to be free today. You don't have to sponsor. You can sponsor if you want. You cannot watch if you want. And it could probably be a long one because there's a lot to cover here. I don't think I want to split it in two because the weekend's here. So we're going to get right into the beat. We're going to get right into this. And let me acknowledge the couple of brothers that have already come in here early and donated. Run Forest Run says, good topic, coach. Isn't it funny how the people who struggle, we're going to call them today, the most are the ones who party 3 and 4 times a week. Oh, sir, we are going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. The most of the excuse-making people always got time to BS and waste. We're going to talk about that because that's going to be very important about this. And I guarantee you this stream will not be popular. All right. There's not a lot of people will come in. They're going to be like, oh, he ain't talking about hoes. So he ain't talking about chasing hoes. He ain't talking about cold approach. And this is exactly why. It's going to prove my point because a lot of people will say, not a lot of people, some people will say, well, how come you don't talk about this? How come you don't talk about that? Well, first of all, it's game that I'm giving you. This game took me years to learn. It took me years of watching. It took me years of struggling. It took me years of sacrificing, risking to figure out this information. And a lot of people who know this information don't give it away for free. They do not give this away for free. They make you pay for this, or it's a secret that they keep amongst themselves. And this is one of the problems. A lot of people want to waste their time and then all of a sudden get all the information for free. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. But you're about to get a generous dose right now of some free game. Take it. And then I'm going to give you an idea. I'm going to give you an idea of how you can get more of this. All right. In a bit. Warhammer says, can't raise blue chips with modern 304s. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We're going to talk about that too. All right. Ironsides back in the building. And then Mr. Joshua says, wake up, pal, will ya? If you're not inside, you're outside. Okay. All right. The old Gordon Gekko on Wall Street. Okay. We're going to talk about that type of mindset too. Let's see here. Rory's in the building. Thank you, brother. And Be Real Mahogany says, if you're in a 50-50 relationship, 50% of your testosterone energy is transferred to your partner. Keep the toilet seats down and you'll be fine. Okay. And ACDC says, question for the Coach Gang. What's your favorite CGA moment this week? Mine straggles. Always have something. And can't pay rent. Engine blown. And she deletes someone on accident. Laughing my butt off. Let me do a couple more and then we're going to get into the show. It can get long. Old dog in the building. Thank you, man. Everett Walker, I enjoy the morning streams, coach, but these mindsets, money combos, I especially love. This is the real stuff right here. This is the real stuff. Big Al Rambler says, my parents, not the government, set the example for me to set me up for success. And you guys are hitting on some great points of what we need to know here about this mindset. Now, this might get people, again, because you see the picture, you see the thumbnail. I did it intentionally. I have a white family, generational wealth looking family. They're on a yacht. They're on a boat. and they have their several generations on that yacht and boat enjoying life. You also have the struggle people who they're getting through life. They might be fine. They may be happy, but I guarantee you they're struggling. And typically you'll see multiple generations of people struggling together. That's why I told you yesterday, got to leave your family. Got to leave your family. All right. Many times your family, if they're in the struggle mindset, got to leave them. And the most important thing that you have to have, guys, is vision. Men often have a lot more vision than women typically will have. We have it naturally. We tend to look at things over the long term. If we do something, we typically look at the long-term benefit of it. Until it comes to women, then you look at short term. It's okay. Everybody goes through that, but you got to battle through that. You have to learn through your mistakes, and you have to not keep making the same mistake over and over again, because vision is going to be your most important quality to get you through this life. You have to have vision. If you don't have vision, you're going to be running upon many mistakes here. If you have the woe is me complex that a lot of people have, excuse making, you can build a house full of the excuses that you have right now. Okay. You can build a house, but I'll bring this up in a little bit. Your grandparents may probably not have benefited from the past. Okay. Like if you were a black person, they had land issues. They gave white people land. They didn't give you 40 acres and a mule. My neighborhood got gentrified, right? They redlined us. I get it. Home ownership in the suburbs was restricted. I get it. Now, if your ass want to live in the past with your grandpa and your great grandpa, you go back there in the 1960s, you go out there in the 1940s and live that BS. I'm here in the future right now. And I'm going to tell you, the woe is me situation always seems to plague one typical section of this country. Everybody else kind of have moved on with their lives, right? In the past, in this country, you can have Native Americans that can make a case bigger than yours. They literally had to walk the Trail of Tears from Florida all the way to Oklahoma. Okay. And they lost all that land on the eastern seaboard and in the South. Damn near everything in the Midwest is named after a Native American, but you damn can't find one. Milwaukee, Algonquin. All right. All of these cities and states named at Cheyenne, named after Native Americans, you barely can find one. Yeah, they've been screwed over royally. Japanese people here were put in camps. Chinese people built the transcontinental railroad. What do they have here? Mexicans lost everything from Texas all the way to damn California and up. They lost all that land. Okay. All right. But black people still sitting around waiting for somebody to give them 40 acres and a mule. Hey, listen, the woe is me stuff ends today. The woe is me stuff ends today. Okay. Everybody see, I got a woe is me guy in here, but they got reparations. If you're gonna live that bullshit right now, if you're gonna live that, I'm gonna tell you to exit the room right now. Go ahead and exit. Go ahead and exit the bullshit right now. If you're gonna do that and you're gonna live back there and you're gonna wait for your 40 acres and a mule, get the fuck out. All right. I told you I'm not gonna mince words with you. If you're gonna do that bullshit and wait for reparations, get the fuck out. Because you're not gonna get rich on that. You're not going to do it. Do not follow me anymore. Unsubscribe from me, because I'm not going to live that BS from here on out. Black people, you ain't going to get a goddamn thing from here on out. That's what it's going to be. Nobody's going to give you nothing. So you can cry and you can be broke, or you can change your mindset right now. You can change your mindset right now. Here it is right here. See, look, I love it. Coach, here it is right here. Coach always talking down to his own people. Look at your ass. You're a sellout. Well, look at you. You're watching me on YouTube. That means you ain't got nothing going on. Where you at? It's always the black people who have the less. Why am I going to big you up? You all here waiting for reparations. And I'm going to tell you what you got your reparations in 10 seconds, if you let me. But get your woe as me ass out of here. Yeah, I'm going to talk down to you because you guys are the most ones out here smoking, drinking, partying. Every time I look up, y'all having a party. I'm telling you, I'm not going to play games with you today. I'm giving you this information, but I'm not going to play games with you. If you're a crybaby, get out of here. Get the hell out. You got your last warning, because I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you today. Everybody's got a beef in here. Everybody's got a beef in here with this country, but only black people carry their beef to the day they die with nothing. Keep crying if you want. All right. Now, if you got this mindset, money ain't everything. I don't need money. Money is the root of all evil. Get out. Get out. All right. We're not playing games with you today. If you think you're going to get through this life without no money, without hustling for money, without setting your family up for money, you're out of your mind. Out of your mind. You're going to need money. Even if you live a minimalist lifestyle, you're going to need some money. Okay. You're going to need some money around here. So you better go get some. Even when you don't need some, you better go get some, because you don't know when there's going to be a rainy day. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know if you're not going to be able to go to work tomorrow. You don't know who's going to need something. You're going to need a family emergency. Money is not the root of all evil. Money is a tool. And you can go get some today, no matter what color you are. You can go get some today. You don't, but you're waiting for somebody to give you some? If you're in a welfare program, a welfare mindset, you're in any welfare program, and that could be child support, Section 8, housing vouchers, WIC, unemployment, PPP loan, reparations. If you're in any of these programs, or you're waiting for them to rain down on your head, then you ain't going to get anything that we're going to tell you coming forward. You ain't going to get nothing. You're not going to get anything. You're basically going to live out the hope strategy, which is reparations are going to come my way. NBA draft pick. Maybe I'll meet somebody and I'll create an NBA draft pick. Maybe I'll become a rapper. Maybe I'll become a stick-up kid. Maybe I'll live off desperation. Maybe I'll win the Powerball. See, that's how you're going to get to riches and wealth. And you're still going to blow it. Just like the people who get reparations are still going to blow that money. You're going to blow it because you don't have a blue chip mindset. You got a struggle mindset. Anybody that's sitting around waiting for reparations, you got a struggle mindset. I don't hear rich black people talking about we need reparations. All I hear are the poor ones talking about it. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm giving you this game for absolutely free. I'm doing you a favor. Whether I talk that, I already said that. I'm going to hurt some feelings. The first hurt feeling came in here was a black man. The sensitive ass black man. I told you I'm going to hurt feelings today. And it's the only way I can do it. And since I'm giving it to you for free, I can do whatever the hell I want, or you can leave. But we are going in today on your broke ass mindset, struggle ass, desperation, waiting for reparation ass mindset. Yeah, you sensitive ass black man. That's what we're doing today. The black man got to be the most sensitive man here in the damn United States, walking around here with all that damn muscle, all that damn swag. And then you got the biggest chip on your shoulder when another black man talks to you. And white people don't even pay your ass no attention. And you worried about why I'm talking to you this way. Because I'm talking to you this way and you getting it for free. You got a choice. Get the hell out or learn. That's how we doing it today. All right. So listen, this is the last time I'm going to probably do a stream like this, because this stream is worth money in itself. All right. And therefore, check this out. This is my website. You want to go in, check this out right here. This is my website. You go to my website. There's a program right here. Click that link, coaching program. Hundreds of men have already applied for this program, and I haven't even kicked it off yet. It's a coaching program. We attack all of these ideas, managing your time, creating your own vision, prioritizing your life and fun, your health, relationships, getting your money right, coaching calls. Apply for this program right here. All you got to do is put your name in your email. You can put your fake name. You can put your government name. Who cares what you put in there? But we're going to go into this, and we're going to do Zoom streams, Zoom cast, all of that stuff, interactive stuff. I'm going to bring guests on related to this material. You guys want this information handed over to you on a silver platter, and it ain't like that. Do you realize the information we're going to go over today? The information we're going to go over today, people know it, and they refuse to give it to you. They know this is your secret out of your struggle. They know this is your secret out of your struggle, but they're not going to give it to you. So they're going to keep dangling carrots right in front of your face, and you're going to keep getting distracted with life. You're going to not know the difference between rich and wealthy. You're going to want to chase riches. I want to be rich. But there's a difference between rich and wealthy. Well, I can be worth, I mean, I own a home. I own a home. It doesn't have a lot of equity in it. It's in an area, it's in an old mining town, but it's a place that I can go. It's not going to generate a lot of wealth for me, but it is a rental property that I use. So I am in home ownership. Many people are only house rich or they're house poor. The only thing they have is their only net income is based solely on the home that they have. Everywhere else, they're broke. If the economy collapsed in their local area, they'd be broke as hell. All right, because the equity would actually their house would depreciate, and their network would depreciate. Okay, you guys who live the struggle mindset, you look for signs of rich and wealth on people like leeches look for parasites. You believe that a person has to have a big McMansion to be rich or wealthy. Nope. You believe a person has to have nice shoes, nice car, nice big watch to be rich or wealthy. Nope. I know a lot of broke people that have all of those things. And I know a lot of non-wealthy people that have all of those things or none at all. But that's the struggle mindset. You think nice, big, fancy car, Bentley, Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, et cetera, makes you rich. Nope. You believe nice shoes, all right, red bottom heels and Jordans and all that stuff are going to make signs of wealth and riches. Nope. No. That's what's going to make your ass broke. Okay, and especially if you can't afford 5 or 10 of them with cash, you're going to be broke as hell in T-minus 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Okay. You believe that having a lot of friends is a part of being rich and wealthiness. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of wealthy people. They don't have a lot of friends at all. They got acquaintances. They got neighbors. They have clients. They have business partners. They have colleagues. They have people at the tennis club. They have socialite events. They have networks. They don't have friends. They got a few friends. Many of them, maybe some day ones. Many of them, they had to cut their day ones out because they became rich or wealthy. The people that they were poor and struggling with definitely ain't kicking it with them while they're rich and wealthy. They don't hang out at the club. They don't hang out at the nightclub. They don't hang out at block parties. They don't go to the festival every week. They're not at amusement parks all the time unless they're taking their grandkids, et cetera, et cetera. When they go to the golf club, when they go play 18 holes, they don't go with friends. They go with colleagues. They go with business partners. They're trying to make a deal. They're not going out there to waste 6 hours at the club for nothing. So this is what we're talking about. And you know who's doing this very well? Immigrants. Immigrants figure this out fairly well earlier than Americans. There are some immigrants that come in here and they're not even waiting for reparations. They crawled onto this country on their belly. They came to this country on a boat. They flew to this country with no money in their pocket. And they left for an opportunity that they can get here, that they figured out that they can use this model to make themselves wealthy over 2 or 3 generations. And they're doing this and cleaning our clock while we're sitting around making excuses and waiting for reparations. It is unbelievable what is happening, that people can come here completely broke and then use a system that is available to them to make them rich and wealthy today. See, you homeless people love begging, but you don't love going out here and doing a little bit of work. We got to hurt. Hey, guys, you might be coming in here right now. If you're going to get your feelings hurt, wrong stream. Get out. Now, you can debate me, but do not come out here shaming me. I'm going to give you one more damn warning before I start blocking people and deleting you from this channel. Do not come in here with no hurt ass feelings. We're going to bust some ass today. All right. And pause. But immigrants come in here. Immigrants that look like you come in here and they're successful. Immigrants that look like you come in here and they're successful. You know what they do? They sacrifice. They sacrifice. See, some of you guys love to pocket watch. Some of you guys love the pocket watch. Oh, what do they have? What do they have? And they have this and they have that and they got this. And how did they get this? And somebody gave them that. But you don't love to watch the amount of hours somebody put into something. You don't love to watch the amount of sacrifice that they put into each other. You don't want to see how much work they put in there. You don't want to see how much risk they took, but you just want to count the pockets when they make it. See, there's something called sacrifice. And many people, they are complaining all day, all right, about what they don't have. And they always seem to have time to party. They always seem to have time to go to the club. They always seem to have time to drink, smoke, play video game, chase hoes. You guys got all time to have this conversation about chasing hoes, but you ain't got no time to have a conversation about this without getting your feelings hurt. You want to make a house full of, you want to build a house with excuses, but you don't want to go out here and sacrifice. You'll make every excuse in the book of why you can't find this information out, but you can find out the cheat codes to NBA 2K. You can find out the next Jordan's coming out, when the release date is. You can find out, you can talk to me about marijuana dispensaries all day long. You can talk about how to do what? Mixed drinks. You can tell me where the old party is, but your ass can't do this. All it's going to take is one person in your family, in your immediate family, to choose to sacrifice themselves for this process to be effective. You're going to take one person in your family, one person, whether it be your patriarch, your matriarch, your brother, your cousin, whoever it is in your immediate family is going to have to sacrifice themselves for this process to be effective. Let me do some super chats and we're going to get into it. I hope we've cleared out the deck of all the people who are going to bellyache and complain and talk about all the stuff that happened in the past. Meanwhile, there's millionaires being created all night, every day this time right now. All right. We're going to talk about this. The information is out here. You guys want to talk about Timberland boots, but your ass don't want to talk about this in sacrifice. You don't want to sacrifice that new Timberland boot purchase. But your ass don't want to get your feelings hurt either. You want to talk about how thick some Instagram model is, but your ass don't want to sacrifice and put in this work. What I do every day, I woke up at 5:40 a.m. 5:40 a.m. this morning. Get the lights up for me. I woke up 5:40 a.m. thinking about the process that I got to do to get through the day. And that is going to get me through the next week and month and year. It is constantly on my mind. I'm not thinking about no hoes. I'm not thinking about what Joe Biden's going to give me some reparations. I'm not thinking about Native American people struggle, black people struggle. I really don't give a rat's ass about any one of those issues. It means nothing to me. And it has no damn bearing on my life. All I'm thinking about is me, mine. I have 2 kids. They're teenagers. What am I going to do for them? And what am I going to tell them so they don't blow it? That's what's on my mind. Now, your ass in there sleep at 5:40. And I got up to deliver this information. Let's do the super chats. Here we go. We're at Terrence B. You went in on the community yesterday. Epic. Oh, you're always talking down to your people. Well, if that's where your ass is when I'm talking to you and you're down there, well, that's what happened. I can't talk down to people who are immune to being talked down to. I cannot talk down to people who are immune to being talked down to. Meaning, if you got your situation straight and I'm talking to you, say for instance, I'm not worth any money and I go to rich people and I talk down to them. Do you think it affects them? Nope. They would look at me like, what the hell are you talking about? Would you get out of my face? It doesn't even matter to them what I say to them because they got their situation straight. It is the people who don't have their situation straight that are down there that I talk to and the hit dog start hollering. Don Javier says, when the OGs talk, you shut up and listen. I appreciate the game, CGA. I love these kind of topics. There's different levels to the RP, like an iceberg. You're absolutely right. There's different levels to this. It's not just about women, but most of the time, you know what trips men up? Women. Somebody says the stream is cutting a lot. Of course it is. They don't want you to have this information. They don't want you to have this information. This information has been protected for years, like the Kentucky Fried Chicken secret recipe. One white pony. My favorite CGA moment was the long back Becky's smiling in the photos, the family photos. But once the top earning, ready to put that knife smooth in your back. Thank you, man. Face facts, racism does exist, and it's built in the state, putting the woman in charge because the bank, they bank on her wasting what little you have and building nothing for future generations. You want proof? Go outside. And listen, we can have that conversation. We can have the conversations about the millions and millions of dollars that have been stripped away from black men and women due to one of the things that I'm going to bring up in the child support system and divorce and alimony and et cetera, et cetera. That has destroyed more black people than anything. Okay. Your dynamics, your selection of your mate has destroyed you more than anything. We're going to talk about that. People don't want to hear that, though. Jamie says, paid my house off in March of 2021. I'm on track to retire at 49. I still can't get black men to come and be a cop, even with all my receipts. No. Listen, they're waiting for a rain down of money. That's all they want. But they still got a struggle mindset. They're going to blow it. No matter what, I could give a guy right now $10,000, he'll blow it. And he needed $10,000. That $10,000 could have changed his life. He'll blow it. Wherever there's hard work, people are seen to always not show up. When it's time to work, their ass don't want to show up. But when it's time to complain, they want to be front of the line, talking about some historical shit that don't matter no more right now. It don't matter right now. It mattered at some point. It don't matter right now. Who cares about your historical perspective about what happened and who got this and who got that? This is a situation right now where you're about to lose out big time if you don't get on your game. You're about to lose out big time. Edward Brooks says this stream is golden. Forget the past. Focus on your future. Have vision for not just down the road, but also what's around the corner. CGA for life. Do you get it, gentlemen? Do you get it? Dude, this is a time where the men are going to be separated from the boys right now. It's happening right now. Inflation's going through the roof. Real estate. Corporations are buying up real estate. You talk about land. Oh, we didn't get our 40 acres. Oh, boy, you won't even own a home if you ain't in the game in the next 2 years. Probably ain't never going to own a home. The World Economic Forum said that their intentions are for you to not own a home. They're like, you're own nothing. That's basically what they say. And they're not saying that to rich people. They're not saying that to wealthy people. You know who they're saying that to? The middle class and poor people. So if you're middle class and poor, they are banking on you not owning a damn thing. Okay. What is that going to do for your life going forward? And when China comes in here, you think they're going to care about your reparations? Ask yourself that. Whoever comes in here and takes over the United States, if that happens, ask them, what about our reparations? Faceless man, the BW clowned me for my Honda Civic. Not having a car payment is literally making me a millionaire. Max my Roth with that money. I have financial priorities. I'll get my Tesla once I have my house. 28 years old. I'm not sure what SWE is. I think I'm not sure what that is. But guys, the car payment alone is going to keep you poor. A car payment alone is going to keep you poor. If you've got a car payment, I don't care how small it is, it's eating into your budget. Eating. Man, I wish I could do all these super chats right now because I want to get into the show. I don't want to hold it up because this could be a long one. Gonna be a long one. Let's see here. Let's go to the banners. I'm gonna put this up right here. All right. The first thing, we didn't give you 8 points of the blue chip mindset. Anybody can have this mindset. A lot of people have had this mindset for quite a long time. And sometimes we might call it white privilege, but typically it's only family privilege. Yes, they have benefited for some things like the Sooner law in Oklahoma, right? The earlier you got to a piece of land, you staked it, it was yours. So they benefited. Definitely, they've got a head start on this, but it is not too late for you to get in this game. It is not too late for you to get in this game. I don't care what you look like. I got immigrants doing this game. I got Nigerians doing this game. We got people coming over from Cuba trying to get into this game right now. See, what you've been fooled with education is you were made to believe that education is going to bring you equality. Education was the thing that was going to erase racism. All right. It's going to put you in a situation in that different economic strata. Now, while they may be true, it did push people up from a little bit of poverty. Education does give you more job opportunities, but you were fooled into student loan indebtedness at the same time. So while you did get job opportunities that you could not get otherwise with education or without education, you were also straddled with some student loan debt. Now, minorities and women were told this back in the 80s, even with the Bill Cosby, he pushed college into universities. The Different World, the TV show. And so a lot of people went to college thinking that just getting a degree was going to do what? Push you into the next social strata. Well, the problem was that they tricked you because while the colleges and the banks saw everybody rushing to college, women and minorities specifically, they also increased the price of college, and they made it so that you would need a student loan debt to do it. You would need a student loan debt. You would need a student loan. You would need student loan debt to get yourself to get this freedom, this new strata to move it to the middle class. And most likely, many people wasted that opportunity. There are some people that went to college and they literally got no degree, but they got debt. They literally went to college. They went to college. They took a student loan out and they didn't even finish the degree. So some people are sitting around here with student loan debt and no degree. Some people got a degree, but it was a useless degree. Gender studies, Afro studies, Chinese studies, Chicano studies, psychology, sociology, communications, business management. I mean, they got some sort of degree, but it wasn't the degree to make the difference. And if you look right now, women hold 70% of the student loan debt. So it was a clever ruse to get you to go to college. But now many of you guys will be economic slaves for decades as a result of this. So they found a way to swindle you. And this is the secret. If you follow the government's path, if you follow the path that everybody else is taking, most likely it's going to end at the fork of the road, or it's going to end at a brick wall, because the government really doesn't look out for your best interest. They're going to look out for their best interest, meaning they're going to find a way to get free labor out of you. And this was an excellent trap to do so. So if you went and wasted your college opportunity, if you went to a state university, if you went to a junior college, which it could be a good investment, however, you didn't really get anything out of it, then you got screwed. So what typically happens is the blue chip mindset will force their kids to study, prepare their kids to study, prepare them to get an advantage by using the schools and the universities to push them into the blue chip world. Here's the deal. This is how the blue chippers do it. They have their family save money and pay for their kids' college. Okay. They save money, and either their grandparents or the parents will pay for their kids to go to college. What does this eliminate? This eliminates desperation. So when that kid gets out of college, they don't need a job tomorrow. They don't have any student loan debt, or the family will assume the student loan debt. And so that the kid is somehow free to get out of college and go get a job a job that actually works for them, not a desperate job. Like, I need a job tomorrow because I just graduated. So they can command a bigger salary. They also don't let them go to schools that don't mean anything. Meaning, I go to, let's say I live in Florida and I go to some school in Florida and then I move to Oklahoma. Well, the little school I went to in Florida, that little state school, means jack crap in Oklahoma. And everybody knows that. So what do the blue chippers do? No, you're going to go to Duke. You're going to go to Stanford. You're going to go to UCLA. You're going to go to a nationally renowned school, Cal Berkeley. You're going to go to, if you want to say Ivy League, not everybody gets a chance to do that. You're going to go to a University of Wisconsin-Madison. You're not going to go to Wisconsin State. There's no such thing, but you're not going to do that. If you want proof on this one, look at the college entrance scandal that was uncovered here 2 years ago. Wealthy people were paying top dollar to get their kids to go to Georgetown, to get their kids to go to a nationally renowned school. Now, you would say, why are they doing this? Why aren't they just happy that their kids go to Arizona State? Well, they can't have their kids to go to Arizona State. Because if their kid lives in Michigan, Arizona State means nothing. But if they live in Michigan and they went to USC, everybody knows USC. And this is what the blue chippers did. And they invested hundreds of thousands of dollars just to get their kid into the school. Now, can you play that game? Not really. However, the next thing they'll do is they'll send their kids to private high school. Now, there's always going to be somebody that says private high school, hey, it is what it is. No better than public school. Let me tell you something. 90% of people go to public schools, meaning everybody's got to send their kid to school. 90% of people in our country go to public school. The 10% that don't are either homeschooled or private schooled. Those kids have a significant advantage when colleges come to look for them. Okay, colleges will go to the private schools first and offer those kids money to go to school. They have a significant advantage. When they go into the classroom, there's not 35 students in a private school classroom with 20 kids that don't want to be there. 20 kids, 5 are on drugs, 3 are gangbangers, 1 dude's just there to be there, 5 dudes chasing hoes, 4 girls that are hoes, and 3 people that are paying attention. When they go to private school, it's a little bit different. There's 20 people in the class. Some of them don't want to be there, but they know that there's an investment being made and they know what the vision is. You're doing this for this. Private school is a significant advantage. And they don't fall for the for-profit universities like DeVry and University of Phoenix and et cetera, et cetera. They know that's a waste. And a lot of kids are under pressure by doing this. And these parents prepare these kids by sending these kids to tutoring programs when they're 5 years old. So this is where you get into the whole SAT is culturally biased. It's not racially biased, but it's definitely culturally biased. And they're trying to change that so much so now that some schools don't even require the SAT. However, these kids are getting tutoring in these suburban neighborhoods. And these are Indians, like not Native American Indians, but Indians, Middle Easterns, Asians, and white people. Because I had my kids in a tutoring program for 3 years. They swear it was a waste of time. However, when they take placement tests, they test high. That was a waste. But when they take placement tests to get into schools, they actually score pretty good. And I'll say that wasn't a waste. I invested in that so that you can see these things and be prepared for when you get a placement test or when you take a college entrance exam, you're ahead of the game. But these people put their kids in these tutoring programs. And I actually had Asian kids that were in the tutoring program my kids were in, and they were in an additional tutoring program, and they went to Chinese school on Saturday. And then what they did was the math program that they were in was a word problem math tutoring program. The parent was telling me, this tutoring program, they do word problems, like word math problems. That's all the program was. Now, I don't know if you've ever taken a test when you're not proficient in math and you get a word problem, most of you guys will strike out. You automatically not going to answer the question. You're going to skip it. Well, when you do that, that's showing where you're deficient. Some kids also, when they're in high school, they're taking college, not college. They're taking advanced placement classes or honors classes, which is going to give them college credit so that when they arrive on college campus at their elite university, they're already in their sophomore year. So the parents only have to pay for 3 years of college. And the kids on the accelerated version and when they get on the campus, they know what they want to major in. And their parents tell them, I'm not going to pay for your college if you're majoring in psychology. Okay. So there's things that you can do to get yourself ahead. You're in advanced placement classes. You're getting college credit, or you're in honors classes and when you're a junior and senior, you're taking a class at the junior college. Hold on. You're taking a class at the junior college to get some college credit so that when you get to the university, you're already a sophomore. I'm telling you, man. They're not majoring in BS. They're not majoring in something to make them feel good. They're going to school there for a reason. It's very intentional. Yes, they party. Yes, they do all that stuff. Well, they party too. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But there are already light years ahead of you by the time you get on to school. By the time you get to campus, they're light years ahead of you. They know what they want to major in. They're already technically a sophomore credit-wise. They're at a major university. Their parents are paying for it. They came from a private school or a good public school. They're light years ahead of you. And so you came in, you had to sign student loan debt, sign up for debt. You barely snuck in. They admitted your butt in barely. You barely passed the SAT. You got to take classes, remedial classes, just to qualify for the college credit classes. You see what I'm saying? And by the time you look up, this kid already graduated in 3.5 years. You're sitting there 2 years and you still don't know what to major in. This right here has separated the men from the boys. Just this. This right here has separated the wealth class and the middle class and the poverty class right here. This alone. And so, yes, you can play the whole game. Well, there's a good public school in my area. Okay, go ahead. You can play the game. Well, my kid doesn't have time and I don't want to put pressure on them to get advanced placement classes. Okay, you can do that. You can do that. You can certainly do that. Oh, well, they don't have time. They're going to do a little job. They're going to work at Subway and then go to the junior college. Oh, you can do that too. You can do that too. But I'm telling you right now, this alone is separating the men from the boys. And people have been doing this for the last 5 decades. 5 decades alone. Tutoring programs for their small kids. They're not trying to get them to do AAU programs and get their ticket out of the hood by playing basketball. Wasting your damn time. Your daughter is 5'5". You want her to get a scholarship. Your son is 5'11". He gonna be a post player in college? Nope. Hell no, he's not. He's a post player in high school. Right? When his ass get to college, he's a point guard. And he ain't got no skills. So they're preparing this and they're imputing this into their kids. They put them in coding camps. When they go to summer camp, it's not the babysitter camp that you guys put them in. It is a summer camp for coding, summer camp for STEM. They follow their father. Dude, let me get to a couple of super chats because I got to get through the, let's see here. Yes. Cavito says, my parents came from Panama. Although they didn't have much, they taught me the value of hard work and the importance of having good credit. 100%. 100%. We're going to talk. I mean, look, immigrants are doing it here. Immigrants are doing it. And I don't see why some Americans are here sitting on their ass, still complaining. There's a strategy around this, but it takes hard work, sacrifice, and it's a long-term vision you must have. Red Pill Science, Coach Prowax don't realize BW's already got reparations. It's called Section 8, child support, SNAP, free lunch, CETA, etc. And yeah, Dude, the amount of money that has gone in from the government into the neighborhoods is ridiculous. There have been plenty of reparations. This is why they laugh at you. You guys voted people in thinking you was going to get reparations and they didn't give it to you. So what? You guys had Obama for 8 years. You got Joe. You're going to have Joe for another potential 8 or / Kamala. They won't even give you reparations. When in the world do you ever think that's going to happen? Trump would have been liable to give you reparations before any of these other people, and he wasn't going to give it to you. So don't even give me that. That is a pipe dream. If you're still on that, it's a pipe dream. All right, B. Real Mahogany, the Black family structure, nurturer, school teacher, provider is, this is the Black family structure. He says the nurturer is the school teacher. The provider is welfare plus CPS. The protector is white or Black Jesus. He says stop dancing. The provider, all of that is always white people or anybody but Black people. Anybody but themselves. Anybody but themselves. Nope. The teacher is always some dangerous minds white woman. I'm going to save your son from this situation. He has potential. Let's get him out of here. Oh, tell us what to do, old angelic white woman. Whatever you say is right. Don't listen to that white woman. Don't want to listen to me. The provider, the government, please bail us out. Help us. They got you into this situation. You got to get yourself out of this situation. You got to do everything opposite of what the government wants you to do. You got to do almost damn near everything opposite of what the government wants you to do. Did you hear me? They are not your solution. They're your oppressor. They are literally going to get you into a situation, side door, to keep you back and giving them free labor. You think they're going to give you something without a benefit on the back end? But you keep running to them. Andre Noble, orphaned at 9, grew up in group homes, nevertheless graduated as an NCAA All-American athlete from an Ivy League college. No one is self-made. You got help. That's it. But you get help not from the government. You get help from other people. You get help from other people that know and have the vision for this. I've been homeless too, and it was by choice. I wasn't silver spoon. I wasn't given a damn thing. I paid for my own college. All right. And it can happen. See, when I see stories like this, you look at other people sitting around complaining and you going, wow. But here, instead of complaining, I'm going to give you facts. You can buck the system. You can buck me. But your ass, I guarantee you, is going to be sitting there in the same spot waiting. Hit me with the like button, guys. This information is critical. Congratulations. I'm going to do only a couple more because this is going to be a long one here. Senior Oral says, fire Friday with the coach. What junior college canceled on my coach? He says 2 F-bombs. He says, LOL. Yeah, for sure. He says, looks like 2022 started early. I'm going to go ahead and sign up for some coaching. Yes, sir, man. We getting into some feelings today. Ricky Bobby, what is money? To me, it's Bitcoin. All right. And that's this. We'll talk about that. Don Javier family came from Mexico, leaving everything behind. Witnessed their parents' funeral on FaceTime. I'll be damned if I waste their efforts becoming an average earner. Gonna be first in the fam to make six figures. And that is because your family sacrificed for you. Remember when I said somebody in your immediate family is going to have to sacrifice for you. So if you're in a poverty state right now, you're not probably going to be rich or wealthy. You could, though. I'm not saying you're not. But what I'm saying is you're going to set up your next person. If you're in the poverty mindset today, if you're in the struggle today, and you want to change your path or your family's path, it might not happen for you, but you got to be the one to sacrifice first and be willing to sacrifice for your family's future. This is what you're going to have to do. I'm the one sacrificing now. I'm breaking all the family legacy of my immediate family, and I'm breaking the divorce curse. I'm breaking a whole bunch of things, and I'm sacrificing myself. I might not be rich or wealthy. However, my kids may be, or their kids may be, but I'm putting myself as the sacrificial lamb. Now, it might not work. However, I don't want to live and wait for something to happen. Let's get to the next point here. These are what the blue chippers are doing. Job guy versus career guy. I've talked about that before. Job guy typically has nothing to lose. He's just doing jobs, patching himself through life. Career guy actually has a little bit more vision and he got much more to lose. So he has to behave differently in the world. Then there's the business guy. There's the business guy. Let me tell you how this works. This is what people do to pass on their blue chip mindset from generation to generation, and why your generation is always 2-3 generations behind. All right. The corporate job guy, or the corporate career guy. Corporations are decent. They'll give you a good job. If you work your way up, it's like a pyramid scheme. You work your way up. You're able to make more money, and the people below you make less money, and they have to work their way up. All right. So it's basically a pyramid scheme, which they provide you structure, some benefits, and they get you to do work. All right. But you can't pass this job to your kids. You can't pass your career job. So like when you die, they don't hire your kids. It's basically a selfish approach to making your money, but you can do well here. For the corporate people here, I'm not saying that you're selfish, but I'm saying it's a one selfish approach to this mindset. And many times people will depend only on a sole income and not have a side hustle, a side business, a family business, extra money, revenue, side streams, all that stuff. They won't have that. They'll just have this corporate job. Women get into this one real big. They don't have anything to pass on to their kids. I got a job. I got a job. I got a job. So what? That's not going to set your kids up for the future unless you're very economically savvy, which a lot of women aren't. So you can't pass on your corporate job to your kids. And many times you can't even teach your kids what your corporate job does so that they are better than themselves. So yeah, it's a way to do it, but you got to have something else here for your legacy. And blue chippers do this. Instead of having a corporate job, they have a corporate business in which they hire their kids, and then they hire them over you, and then they elevate them over you. And then that's how their kids get ahead. Now, if you don't plan on having kids, that's different, right? You can stack a lot of money with a corporate job that pays you 60 grand. You can make a killing. Labor jobs, blue collar jobs. This is the hard work jobs. This is the jobs you're probably going to pass out and die on or something like that, or your body's going to be wrecked after a few years, but it's good hard work. And you can teach your kids on the job. You can invite your kids actually to this job in the summer times and let them do a little bit. Let them carry the tool belt. Let them carry the toolbox. Maybe you have a electrician business. You're an HVAC guy. You can teach your kid this stuff along the way, and they know how to do these things. Maybe they don't do that job, but they know how to do these things when they become a house owner. Entrepreneurs, people who have businesses, you can literally pass this business to someone else. Your kids, your cousins, your nephews, your uncles, your aunts, whoever it is, you can pass this business on to them. Franchises, Subway franchises, Wendy's franchises. Your kids can work in there. A donut shop. I knew an Asian girl whose family had a donut shop. They were immigrants. They had a donut shop in which they got up at like 3 a.m, started making donuts. The girl, all throughout high school, I would go see her, and she would be working in the donut store. Now, this girl could probably have this donut store in the future as a second revenue stream. She could work this job, or she could sell it. She could do whatever she wants, but her parents use this to pay her way through college and set her up on a different path. Insurance. You're an insurance salesman. You sell real estate. These are books of businesses that you can pass on to your kids. I have 2 cousins that their mom was an insurance agent for 40-something years, and now those 2 cousins work in their mom's insurance agency, and the mom's retired. See, these things you can pass on to your family to keep your legacy going, to give them an opportunity. See, many people just have a job and can't even pass it on to their kids. You don't have a client list that you can pass on to your kids. So if you're a job guy now, you can have a side business now, not for you, but for your kids or for your cousins or for your family. This is how blue chippers do it. This is how they do it. They don't listen, you cannot do this and be selfish or lazy, but I'm going to tell you, Generation after generation after generation after generation of people are doing this, and they're doing it quietly. They're not telling everybody. They're not telling you how to do it. They're not writing books. They're not giving you this information. Why? Because they want this all to themselves. I'm giving you this information because, number one, I was exposed to it. This is why I don't sit around making excuses, because while you're making excuses, I'm looking over here at the wealthy people and I'm going, damn, these people actually sacrificing, risking, not partying, not shaking their ass, not out the club, not rolling weed. They actually out here over here kicking ass, and you over here complaining. They're getting up at 5:30 in the morning. Your ass sleeping into 9:30, and you're complaining, and they're winning. This is why I don't feel sorry for anybody at this point if they ain't making it. If you're living in the past, I don't feel sorry for you, because I lived in the suburbs almost, all of my adult life, definitely. But once I was 16, my mother moved me from the inner city to the suburbs, and I'm looking and I'm going, shit, this is a whole separate mindset. No matter what the color of the person was in the suburb, they had a completely different mindset than the city people, than the inner city people. It was a complete, and I'm going, wow. Okay. Let me do the next point so I don't get on. Land and real estate. If you don't have these things, because there's people who are wealthy or rich that have multiples of these things, multiples. They don't have one of these things or none. Some of you guys will have none of these qualities, sitting around complaining. Land, real estate. Real estate does not mean that you have a big McMansion somewhere where you could show off your success. Look at me, I got a big house. That's not what real estate means. That is a part of real estate. That is something that you could have. You could have it. I'm not discouraging you from not having it. But I know a lot of broke ass people that got big ass houses. I know a lot of broke ass people that got big ass houses. And I know a lot of rich people, they don't own one house. They don't own any. Or the houses they own are all income producing properties, and they live in the place, they rent the place where they want to live. Like they rent a place in a high-rise condo in Miami. They rent a place here on the Pacific Coast. They rent a big mansion here on the Pacific Coast, but they have 10 income producing properties that they own. It's just a mindset. But land is something that you can pass on from one person to another, who you can choose who to pass it on to. You can give it away. You can give it away. You can pass it on to your kids. You can pass it on to your nephews, whoever, wherever. You can keep it in your family forever. You can restrict them from selling it. You can do whatever. But a lot of people use real estate to try to flip, build equity, and then get a bigger place. And they get caught in this web of just flipping, right? You buy a house here, then you build some equity in it, you flip it. Instead of living in the same quality property, you live in a bigger property. Then you build equity, and then you hope to flip it so you can move it to a bigger one, right? If you get caught in that web, you might run into some trouble, because all it takes is one destabilized economy or one housing bubble, and you're busted. You're busted. And that's the thing about real estate. But land by itself, land is not for appreciation. Land is to pass on. Land is to have control. You can have significant tax advantages for land. All right. So vacation homes. Many times families will pass on vacation homes to other family members. Some family member, oh, where are you going? I'm going to our lake house on Lake Havasu. I'm going to our ski condo in Vail. And you're going, how do they have all this stuff? Many times grandma passed it on to them. Many times grandpa, their father passed it on to them. Or it's the family house, not their house. These are appreciation assets where you can put your dollars in instead of having it sit in the bank and lose value via no interest earned or via inflation. Your dollars sit in the bank or underneath your mattress, and they devalue by the day. But if you put it in property, then you can have double use for them. You can rent it out, Airbnb, tax benefits. You can actually have the property appreciate. You can have equity built in it. That's where you put your dollar. So when rich people buy these places, yeah, it's for that stuff, for recreation, but it's also for tax benefits. It's also to put money somewhere where it appreciates instead of sitting under your mattress burning. So that's what land and real estate is used for. If you don't have land, here, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Are people still complaining in the chat? Go apply to my coaching program. We're going to go over this. This is where we're going, man. 2022, we're not playing games. Go to my website, apply for that coaching program. We're going in. We're taking guys to the next level. We ain't going to let straggle daggles and struggle people take us down. But let me show you something. Look at this right here. If you go to Zillow and look for land, if you look for land, you can get land in this country for under $100,000. For under $100,000. Take a look here. Here's 71 acres for $99,000. Here's 40 acres for $30,000. Here's 47 acres for $65,000. Now, some of you are in struggle. Your credit is messed up. You ain't got no cash. You ain't got no extra reserve. You ain't got no resources. You ain't got no side hustle. You ain't got no business. You barely got a job. Your ass waiting for Joe Biden to send you reparations. You cannot even qualify for this. This is beyond your limits. You're like, how the hell am I going to get 47 acres and what am I going to do with it? You don't have vision. That's your problem. See, what you want is this land in Detroit. You want this land in New York. You want this land in North Carolina. You want this land in Miami. You want this land in Southern California. Let me tell you something. It ain't happening. It's gone. China's buying it up. The opportunity is missed. You want to be in Detroit and be with your struggle people and get to success. It's not going to happen. That's like immigrants saying, I'm not leaving where I'm from. I'm going to stay in here, but I'm going to try to get wealthy like the Americans do where I am. No, the immigrants leave. They leave everything what they had there and they go somewhere else. And all you guys are always sitting there complaining, but you ain't never left your city. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. People are crawling, jumping over walls from Mexico, leaving their stuff there so they can come here. So wherever it is, you guys look for opportunities where they are. You're going to wait for opportunities to come to you in Saginaw, in Columbus, in Tupelo. Good luck. This land is being bought up by William Gates by the barrel. You can choose a state. Hey, look, you don't have to go to Wyoming. Go to Montana. All right. Just dial it in right here. Watch this. Watch it blow up. Watch it glow up. Look at all that. 20 acres, 80 grand. You got to go to opportunities. You cannot wait for it to come to you. I don't want to live in Montana. It's too cold. Okay, sit your ass in Saginaw then. Sit your ass there and see what happens. I guarantee you nothing happens to you. And then 20 years later, when you could have sat over there and bought some of this land, now your ass still in Saginaw. And now your next generation still in Saginaw. Ain't doing a damn thing. Okay? This is the problem. You don't want to sacrifice. Yes. Sacrifice. You don't want to sacrifice. Let me do a couple super chats. If I want to buy the land, I don't have to live in Wyoming, but I can go there. I can put something there. I can build a house and have it rented out. I can have somebody, I could sell the land. I could do something. I could do something with the land. I have land ownership. What if Bill Gates wanted to buy the land I got? Who knows? What if a cattle rancher once needs my land? Who knows? But having zero, having none is going to put you in a zero-sum game. You're done. You're done. If you think they're going to start selling 20 acres in Southern California for 60 grand, you're out of your mind. Now, people who have vision can see, you know what? Maybe in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, that's going to be something. but you don't have vision because you're desperate. You're desperate and you're waiting for a miracle. That's not how it goes. That's not how it works, gentlemen. You got to sacrifice yourself. Let me see here. Free Agent Q says a lot of Mitches going to be clutching their peace leaves after this stream, coach. Yep. Mitches are clutching right now because they want to build a house of excuses. A house full of excuses with nothing in it. All right. Where is excuse? Let me type in where excuse land is. All right. Let's see here. Now, the three things I mentioned are three things you can relatively control yourself today. You can get control of your life today by implementing those principles and getting a return in it in 20 years, 30 years. But you don't want to do it because you're desperate. Let's see here. Oh, man. ACDC Stragglers. He says, nah, let the infection spread. This antiseptic hurts. I never understood how people let temporary feelings get in the way of their future. Jackie Williams, my stock portfolio looks better than my mom's 401k. She makes six figures, college educated. I'm a truck driver and also make six figures, but with no debt. And that's always the difference. That's always the difference. I know a lot of people that got degrees and all that stuff, good jobs, good corporate jobs, but they don't have principles of the blue chip mindset. You got still struggle mentality. And, you know, you got the job, you got the looks, you might even have the house, but you don't have nothing else. All right. Josh Cordova. Thank you, brother. Pastry chef. Life is unfair. Nobody owes you anything. And every group went through some type of hardship. Please make the best of your situation. Leave the 304. That's going to be most of your problems right there. I think I'm going to get to that next. Thank you, brother. Run, Forrest, run. Be merciless, coach. If the truth hurts, it's not the truth's fault. Yeah, you guys think I'm going to just tell the truth about these straggle daggles. No, I'm going to tell the truth about you too. And the black man gets hurt. Listen, I don't want you to be hurt. You guys laugh when the women leave this stream hurt, but when you leave hurt, you mad. You're not laughing. Mr. Woody, class is in session. And for that, I say thank you, Professor CGA. I'm here in attendance and ready to learn. 100%. Hit that like button, man. OT, coach, thank you for your consistent, competent message. You are the truth, and those who listen and apply will thrive. Those who don't won't. And I'm going to just say this, man. People who are rich and wealthy don't care about your broke ass. Can I tell you that right now? They don't care. When they wake up in the morning, they don't think about how broke you are, how unfair it was, because many times they work 10 times harder than you did. I know a guy, I trained him he was one of my clients, and he's owned or been a president of a mortgage company for 40 some odd years, since the mid 80s. Now, he didn't start off rich, but he's rich as hell right now. He's wealthy. He's on the Forbes list. If you put it, not the top 100, but he's on a list. If you Google his name and put Forbes next to it, his picture comes up. He's one of my closest clients. And he struggled all the way in his 20s and up into his 30s. And he's now somewhere in his late 60s. And he has millions of dollars. Millions. And generational wealth and all of that. All right. Prime real estate all over the country. And he didn't get silver spoon. Now when you look at him, he looks like the typical rich silver spoon white guy. You would see him and you'd be he's like a staunch Republican, but he was a hippie. He was also a hippie back in the day. He would show me pictures. He had long hair and a mustache. But now he looked like an old rich white guy that you would be like, oh, he's probably a racist, blah, blah, blah. This dude paid me. I can't tell you what he paid me over the years, but what he taught me over the years was way more than he ever paid me. I would just sit next to him and soak up the game. And he would tell me, look at this, look at that. And you know what happened? I didn't even have the money to jump on the opportunities that he would tell me about. He would tell me, man, look into this stock. Look into NFT. Well before I would even hear about it. Look into this. Oh, they're doing. when everybody was leaving California, he was talking about that a long time ago. He was like, man, they're going to be buying up properties all over the country, here and there, here and there. 4 years later, that was what was happening. And I didn't even have a lot of money to even jump on the opportunities. Why? Because I was just trying to recover from my divorce and just get back to square one. He told me about tutoring programs. Oh, I'll put my kids and my grandkids through this. You need to sign your kids up. As soon as I go over there, I see the what? The Indians, the Nigerians, the Asians, and the whites. Class full of them. No black people in it. No black people. No black students. Rarely did I see black students in these tutoring programs getting their kids ahead. I saw them at the AAU tournament. I saw them at the junior basketball, but I didn't see their ass in the tutoring program. All right. Let's see here. Let me do a couple more. The next point. Yeah, somebody says coach was coaching Warren Buffett. He looked like Warren Buffett, but he was in better shape than Warren Buffett. Life insurance. Let's talk about this. Do you have life insurance? Must you have children to have life insurance? No. You can have life insurance and designate somebody to put it on. All of these things that I mentioned does not require any racial classification. It does not consider your race. Does not require significant investment. It does not require any of that stuff. Life insurance policy, I have one. It's 30 some odd dollars a month. I'm not going to tell you what the policy is. It's 30 some odd dollars a month for however many years I have to pay. You can pay it for 20 years. You can have a whole life. You can have a term life policy. You do your own research as to what's best for you. But let me tell you something. A lot of wealth has been generated with this one, not alone, but accompanied with land passed on, accompanied with passing on of a business, accompanied with education. Life insurance will help potentially with your future. So if you're going to be the one to sacrifice and pay for your policy, and then when you croak, we're getting to investments in a minute. That's going to be down the list. But if you croak, your kids can benefit financially from you croaking, as long as you don't self-delete yourself. Self-delete yourself. If you don't self-delete yourself, your kids can benefit from your death. And it's simple. All you have to do is be in good health, be fairly young. Don't start getting life insurance when you're 50 and you've been smoking all your life and you're obese and you have clogged arteries. Well, it might be too late. No insurance program is probably going to allow you to get some damn life insurance. But get some life insurance. You're in your mid-20s and you got a decent job, get some life insurance. If your wife is a stay-at-home mom, get some life insurance. Well, she's going to probably poison your applesauce and take your life insurance from you because you're probably going to be worth more dead than alive. However, maybe don't put it in your wife's name. Put it in the trust name. Put it in your mama's name, whoever. But you're definitely putting a price on your head, just to let you know. Whoever's your beneficiary, whoever's the beneficiary of your life insurance, there's a price on your head. That's true. So don't let them make drinks for you. Don't let them make drinks. When they invite you to dinner, be like, nah, let them test your food. Have a food tester. Hey, Dad, come eat. We made Thanksgiving dinner for you. Get some damn life insurance. I know people who die and they get $250,000, or they split it amongst their 2 or 3 kids. They split $250,000. They split $500,000. Some people, they split $1 million. They split it. That's a hell of a head start for somebody in their 20s or mid 30s. Hell of a head start. Or let's say you're in your 40s and your parents kick the bucket, or your 50s and your parents kick the bucket. Bang. You don't think that makes a big difference in somebody's life? And all your parents had to do for 20 or 30 years is put $30 in a month? Yes, it's a scam. I don't like insurance. I don't like it. It's a kind of a scammy thing. However, it sounds like a scam until you benefit. And It sounds like a scam until you need some homeowner insurance. And what I would tell you is I was against insurance for a long time until I started figuring out that people without car insurance, without health insurance, without life insurance, without homeowners insurance, you take a big fat L when you need it. So you can get ahead with this life insurance game. And if you are not using this one, some of you guys don't even have car insurance right now. You get in an auto wreck and your life is wrecked. Okay. But you'd rather be overinsured than underinsured. Yes. And some life insurance might not even insure you if you have the jab either. So look up, do your due diligence, but get in this game. Get in this game. You don't have to insure your children. I'm sorry. You can insure your children. That's something that you could do too. But you don't have to have children to benefit from this one. But there's people in the hood, your parents die and you get jack-ish. You don't get no property, or the property you get is trash, or you don't get no life insurance. You don't get nothing. Meanwhile, there's people doing this generation after generation after generation after generation, and you're waiting for reparations when you could put $30 instead of buying a pack of Newports in a 40, you could put $30 in life insurance and set yourself up to sacrifice for the next generation. See, this is why I don't let people make excuses. Because it don't take much to change your life. I just showed you can buy land for under $100,000. I just showed you can get a life insurance policy for under $35 a month. I just showed you that. I just showed you what you could possibly do to get your kids educated in here. But you want to make excuses, right? That's why I don't let people make excuses. Let me do one more. Family planning and legacy. Well, the divorce culture and child support, the incentivizing of women busting up families has basically crippled men's wealth. This is why I tell you, be careful who your mate selection is. See, broke people will allow their women in their community to become single mothers. And you'll think, well, that can't be too bad. Becoming a single mother is a wealth destroyer for that woman, for that child, and for the man who knocked that bitch up. Both of you, all of you associated, are done for a long time. That man is going to be on child support. That's a wealth destroyer. The straggle who got knocked up, who allowed herself to get knocked up, is going to depend on the government program, Section 8. Remember, I told you earlier, if you're on these programs, forget about it. But her mindset doesn't have vision. All she can see is 2 feet past her nose. So she's going to destroy your wealth, and she's going to destroy her wealth, and she's going to destroy that kid's wealth. It's a wrap. This is why you see wealthy people not letting their daughters get knocked up. Every now and then it happens. Every now and then they'll send that kid away to get but they don't let that happen. You got knocked up? Oh, hell no. This is why they shoo away people. No, get away from my daughter. This is why they don't let them do shotgun weddings, and they don't let them out here dating. They're like, no, you don't date. No, you don't date until you're 18, 17. They bring a guy home. Oh, hell no. No. Get his ass out. Security. They go to the security gate. If his ass show up, tell his ass to turn around. Arrest him on the spot. Yeah, they don't let their daughters come in with bull nose earrings, colored hair. They don't let their daughters do that because they know, oh, you're going to do that? I'm going to write you out of your education. Forget it. You ain't paying for college. Nope. Oh, you getting rotten. I'm taking you off the life insurance. I'm taking you off the land. Those kids know they don't want to do that. Oh, shit, he writing me out. But when you have nothing to pass on to your kids don't have nothing to uphold to your family. There is no legacy. The 2-parent household is the way to wealth. When you on single mother household or single father household, it's a wealth destroyer. It's a wealth destroyer. If you get divorced, it's a wealth destroyer. So this is why I don't want to see men get divorced. It's going to kill your wealth. I don't want to see men get married or single mother knocked up. I don't want to see you do that. I don't want to see you knock up abroad. That's why I tell you, no cohabitation, no long-term relationships, no marriage. That's going to put you on a path of generational wealth. The other ways, divorce, single motherhood, single fatherhood, child support, divorce, alimony, Forget it. Those are family destroyers and wealth destroyers. This is why you don't see, again, wealthy families allowing their daughters to do BS. They make sure they have their mate selection with the same people and the same qualities and the same values. What family do you come from? Oh, we're the Ashtons from Ashton, North Carolina, or whatever the hell it is. Oh, the family. Yes. That family name is important. What is that family's qualities? Well, they're a two-parent household. They're not divorced. They're not on child support. They're not from the other sides of the tracks. Yes, you can date that guy. What school did he go to? Oh, he went to this private high school. He went to this university. Okay, you can be with him. If their ass comes from the other side of the track, maybe another race, maybe another family they don't know about, a broken family, they be like, nope, nope. They're like, hell no. Hell to the no. Somebody, generational wealth is a myth. Oh boy. Oh boy. See, some people don't want to be helped. You can literally see it right now. You can literally see people getting life insurance passed on to them. That's a myth. That's a myth. Great. No. Let them stay. Let them stay because they need to learn. You can see people getting benefits from land being passed on, but it's a myth. Love it. Love it. Hey, man, you can't help people. They want to be they want to dwell in brokenness. Let them. Let them. I mean, listen, because that's just their house of excuses being piled on. I'm gonna do one more and then the super chats. Okay. Inheritance. What do your children inherit? What do you inherit from your children? See, Generation Xers, Millennials, and Generation Z will pretty much inherit nothing from their parents, not even life insurance, not even land. They won't inherit their business, their careers. Hold on for a second. Where's the career lady right here? This is why I laugh. Hold on.
So I could focus on my career.
See, people who have careers, women, you have careers, you can't even pass that on to your children. Your children benefit zero from this. Most you can get that your child's going to get is some 401k and that $15,000 life insurance policy that your company gave them. They gave you, I will give you $15,000 in life insurance. All right, good. That's enough to put her damn body in a wood pine box, right? I'm going to owe the damn cemetery money burying her butt. All right, put her in the crematory. Who cares? All right, $15,000 in life insurance. That's going to go far. Or 50. That's enough to pay her student loan debt and cremate her butt. All right. That's enough to cremate the single mama with her career. So inheritance, a lot of kids, generational wealth. I know kids whose grandparents die and each one of the grandkids gets $10,000 to $15,000. Grandkids. I said grandkids. Many people, like I said, many adults, they're 30, 35. They already have real estate. They already have land. They already have land passed on. They're getting life insurance from their parents. And then the parents croak. And then these adults get inheritance. Whether it's $20,000, $50,000, or whatever it is. It's not $1 million inheritance. However, how would you love $30,000 extra just right out of the blue? Now you lost your parents as a result of it, but everybody gonna die, so get over that. Nobody making it out alive, get over it. Your parents gonna die, you'll benefit from them, and everybody got down there. The whole damn family got a piece of granny's money or grandpa's money that she been socking away for 30 years, 40 years. It helps. If you think, it's just 30 grand, bruh, 30 grand when you got the other stuff and you got your college paid for and you got no debt and you got a little bit of land out of it, or you got her home. Oh, you came up. You came up. And it really hurts when most people get nothing, none of this stuff. You get zero of everything that I mentioned. You're getting nothing. When your mom died and your dad died, you're getting nothing. Right? So that's generational wealth that the guy just tried to deny. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I could take that 30 grand, put it in new investments, which I'm going to talk about next, And then that 30 grand is going to help my damn grandkids. It's going to pay their college tuition. This is cyclical. Yeah, somebody said you could tell the people who don't have life insurance, they immediately go to GoFundMe. Oh man, my person died and they had 5 kids and they didn't have no life insurance. GoFundMe. Most of your parents will die and you will inherit their student loan debt and their debt because they tried to flip properties and they're back on their HOA dues and they're back on their tax, their property tax, and they're underwater in their home mortgage because your parents grew up trying to flip houses and they got stuck in a house because of the housing market crash and they got stuck in a place and the depreciation ended and there's no equity and they refinanced it. That's what you're getting passed on. Yeah, that's what you get. Now, people don't want to deal with this because you don't want to think about you dying or your parents dying, but it's going to hurt like hell when you got to pay off your single mother's student loan debt and she was 70. It's going to hurt like hell. Or you got to pay off her house. You got to pay off this. You got to sell a house and you're going to lose money. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. So, yeah. Oh, generational wealth? Nah. And here's another key here. You can leave a legacy behind that don't even include your children. Let's just tell you this. There's a guy in Iowa. I did a video about him maybe 3 years ago. There's a guy in Iowa. He died. He was a millionaire in Des Moines. And nobody knew he was a millionaire. He never married. He never had children. And he just made a little bit of money per year. He probably made like 40, 50 grand a year. Lived very modestly. He drove an old beat up truck. I can't remember his name, but you can look this up. He left all his money behind to the kids in Iowa. So any one of these kids that know about this scholarship and grew up in a certain area, he left this money behind to pay for all of these kids' college education. And I think 100 kids or so have benefited from it. Dale's kids. Thank you. Dale's kids. Just look it up. Dale's kids. The guy left all his money and he lived very modestly. He was a millionaire and nobody knew it. He died, no kids, no family, no nothing. He just went to work, modest job, left all his money behind for all of these kids to go to school. He was a carpenter. Now that's a legacy. Now you guys want to leave a legacy behind for your seed, which I understand, but it's going to be busted up most likely percentage-wise by a divorce, a split home, a single mother, blah, blah, blah. And then you do this, and then you have wealth destroyers. Okay, wealth destroyers. Dale's kids. Thank you for remembering. I did a video right here. Here we go. I'll pull it up just real briefly here. Dang, look at the dude here. I love it. I love it. This the dude here. This the rich, wealthy guy who left all his money behind. That's him right there. Let's see if I can blow it up. I'm not going to read the story, but that's the millionaire guy. Does he have a fancy watch? Does he have a Ferrari, Lamborghini? Nope, that's him. Right there, that's Dale's kids. How many people have benefited? He left just shy of $3 million. This is a millionaire. This is what millionaires look like right here. He left behind just shy of $3 million. How many people here? His secret. Over the years, Dale's accumulated quite a few Social Security checks he never cashed. Walt claims the stack was nearly 1.5 inches thick. With all those checks sitting around, Dale asked Walt, who would be involved? Blah, 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 blah. Here, let me see here. He worked as a carpenter at the Mole Millwood in Des Moines, Iowa, a humble job, but one he took pride in. He came from a modest background, raised with his sister, Lily, by their single mother. See, he broke the curse. He literally broke the curse. He was raised by a single mother, and he said, I ain't going to do that. That's a destroyer. Dale didn't even have his own bedroom until he was well into his adulthood with no spouse or no children. He threw himself into his craft with a strong work ethic and commitment to doing a good job. Okay. I want to see how many people have benefited from. Let's see here. I want to see. So here, what he does is There's finalists, 8 finalists met at the church in Central Iowa. I'm trying to see how many kids, because here we go, right here. Here we go. The scholarship started in 2007 with the last class of recipients entering in college in 2015. Over that time, 33 Iowa students received a free college education because of the selflessness of one hardworking Iowan with some help from his friends. I want to leave a legacy. This dude got a legacy, lifetime legacy of helping 33 children go to school for free. And he's remembered forever. That's his free agent lifestyle right ever. That is the free agent lifestyle right there. He basically said, you know what? F these hoes. F these Iowan. I'm not on Tinder. I'm not chasing ass. I don't care. I don't need no Lamborghini. I don't need none of that shit. And he just chilling. He don't need it. He's like, I live modestly. Who cares? See, you got a man that's look like that. 33. Here we go to number 33. He's he had $3 million. $3 million. And he didn't even look like it. He didn't even look like it. Did he look like a millionaire? All right.
Nope.
I'm going to tell you something. Millionaires don't look like millionaires. You guys think millionaires all look like they got a big gaudy watch, big gaudy jewelry, bling, bling. They do. You could, but you could also not. And somebody said, now he's dead. Guess what? Your ass going to be dead too at some point. You ain't making it out alive either. Here's the guy here who still is bucking the system. Let your ass keep bucking. Your ass going to be dead too. You think you making it out? You're so smart. You're going to be dead too. You ain't making it out, bro. Super chats. House builder. You can build a house on excuses if you want. Let's see here. OT says, Coach, I got you already. One White Pony says, we can all do good. Sit like kings at the table or be on our knees begging for crumbs. What do you think powers that be want? Definitely want. They definitely want you on your knees, man. They don't want you on your feet. They don't want you to be a king. They want you to make excuses. Papa Nia Shelley says, got family budgeting weekly, $40 haircuts, but saying they don't have money to invest. I'm Bino, like the angry man says. And I'm with you. I'm Bino, like the angry man says. Shout out to the angry man. And yeah. You guys always want the flash and dash, the fancy hair. Hey, look, one of the reasons why I wear my hair like this is not because I'm losing hair. It was cheap. It was cheap. I could cut my own damn hair. Now I could have learned how to cut it well, but I'll just cut the damn thing off. I haven't got a haircut at a barber. I can't tell you the last time I had a haircut at a barber. I don't need one. I don't like to sit in the barbershop talking, waiting for my line. I got to get this dude in, get an appointment, sit around. I'm like, I don't have the time for that. I'll just cut my own hair. I'll just cut it all off. I don't care. I ain't trying to impress nobody. I'm out of here. Buzz. It take me 10 minutes. Like, instead of driving to the barbershop, waiting an hour, waiting 30 minutes, getting in the seat, 45 minutes. Forget all that. I remember I did it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy a trimmer and I'm going to buy the big clippers. I got a whole damn set of clippers in my bathroom drawer. I was like, you know what? I was like, I could buy 2-3 sets of clippers and cut all of my damn hair off and then just keep it moving, bounce. And you don't have to cut all your hair off, but style your hair how you want to. I save money and time. To me, that's more important than out here trying to look flashy and waste time. I don't have time to waste. But shout out to all the barbers. I'm not trying to ruin your business. Don Javier, some people that complain about this country waste their potential. They don't even realize the value of just having a Social Security alone. Plenty hustle without one. Yep. Oh, man. I was at the post office. This Russian girl was trying to get a Social Security number. All right. She coming here. She ain't coming here to struggle. When immigrants come here, most of them don't come here to struggle. They come in here to kill. And some some white people that y'all blame for y'all position literally were immigrants. Literally came from immigrants. You'd be like, yeah, but you're benefited because you look white. Okay. They literally came here with $2 in their pocket. And they kicking y'all's ass. Yes, she was fine. Yes, she was good looking. Was the Russian girl good looking? Yes. And she was young too, by the way. She probably came here as a bride. No, but they come here to kill it. I see a lot of immigrants coming here kicking y'all rears in. All right, Mr. Nix, one person I listen to says the harder you work, or he says the harder the work, i.e. degree in math, the better the reward. I did computer science and finished. Hashtag praise God. Yep. Yeah. You could have picked psychology and you would have been screwed. Right? Retired 2019. Coach, I retired at 56 and I'm looking to make extra 20K a year working part-time. The black community loves to ride the struggle bus. Yep. If you look, if you go to wealthy, rich black people, they never talk about slavery. They never talk about reparations unless it's like Bob Johnson want to get y'all reparations. All right. Most black people who actually make it and doing something, I never hear them talking about, well, you know, in the slave days, never heard it. Not once. They're past that. They're like, you know what? We ain't got any time for that. We're looking up here. But a lot of people love the struggle. Oh my God. They embrace the struggle. If you're around a woman and she talks struggle, man, you better leave that woman. Leave that woman. She does not have the vision and she's not capable of getting you where you need to go. Yep. Robert S. Smith ain't complaining. They're not riding that. It's only struggle-minded people. And I'm going to tell you, out of all the things that I mentioned today, none of it had to do with race. Maybe one. Maybe the land that y'all wasn't able to get in the 50s and 60s that you got screwed out of. Yeah. But that's not the case today. Your whole neighborhood being bought up by immigrants right now. And so from the person that says, I don't believe in generational wealth, well, then how do you say these people are out here passing these generation on, buying up neighborhoods, gentrifying it? It's happening for a reason. Don Javier, but coach, what about Milwaukee area technical college? A lot of old ass people going to area technical college in Milwaukee. What they used to call it, MATC? Yeah, MATC. What does it cost to go to school there? I don't know. Mr. Nix, how to solve it by Polia fixes a word problem. I don't know what you're saying there. The key, spend 5,000 hours being valuable by 18 years old. You gotta, I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but you gotta put in hours. You gotta put in the time. Gotta put in the time. You don't put in the time, forget it. Jeremy Binion, coach, I believe if people already have a degree, a person should still have a trade. He says, in addition to that, if you want to become a blue chipper really quick, get a certification in cybersecurity or some form of technology. And I agree. If you just have your degree, you're going to limit yourself. You need to have something else. And I would say everybody should have multiple revenue streams, multiple. Everybody should, whether it's somebody said, open up a t-shirt design place. I know it's easy to get your degree and get your job and then call it a wrap. You could make it like that if you want it. But today it's getting tougher and tougher to do that. So you still should have something else going on in the background, whether it's you have rental property. But having rental property now is actually a disadvantage because people don't have to pay you rent right now. So if you actually were in the real estate business and you said, I'm going to have rental properties all over the country, well, you're probably getting screwed right now if you have bad tenants. Still Bill, coach. I used to be a Chase banker in Chicago, and it amazes me how whenever the community gets large sums of money, that it was gone in short order. Reparations would be great for the white community. Oh, Jesus. See, that's going to hurt, man. That's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. But everybody knows 80% of people are going to blow reparations. Whatever the number is, it's going to be blown. It's not going to, because it's struggle mindset with money. Same thing happens to lottery winners. Most lottery winners blow their money because you still keep the same struggle people around you You're gonna get it. You're gonna get into the signs of wealth: sports cars, watches, cologne, shoes, zoot suits, hairstyles, hair weave. You're still in struggle mindset. Mr. Told You says, Coach, dropping so many jewels, I'm gonna have to start watching the news for jewelry store heists. Oh yeah, man. It is what it is. Shinobi style, big facts, Coach. I was undisciplined, but my children are already well off. And we're going to get to that the children thing, because what people are going to say as an excuse. Well, some wealthy people, children turn out to be nobodies. Like Joe Biden's son is a crackhead. Despite Joe Biden doing the crack bill, the crime bill in 1994, his son falls under all of the penalties of the crime bill. His son should be a victim of his own father's crime bill, but he's not. So there's that. But yes, some children do blow their family's money that they sacrifice and work hard for. It does happen. Yeah, it does happen. However, there are some that don't blow it, and probably most that don't blow it. There's always the one. There's always that one. Tom Hanks' son, Hunter Biden. Yep, there's always that one. Sure. Yeah, there's always that one. And so if you want to use that as an excuse to sit your ass down, well, forget it. I'm not going to pass nothing on to my kids anyway. Forget it. I'll just be nothing and do nothing. All right. Okay. Have at it if you want. I'm not sure if that's the one excuse you're going to make to not pass anything on to you, your family, or other people. If you know your kid is going to be an asshole with their money, don't leave them any, and leave it like Dale's kids. Do that if you want. Who cares? GZ33 AMG MD. Oh, shout out to you, brother. The AMG MD here. Read The Millionaire Next Door. Be frugal. Get invested ASAP. With investments, time is your ally. With debt, time is your enemy. Very timely here. I'm going to do 2 more super chats, and we're going to talk about investments next. Rusted Junk. Good morning, Coach. Pro-black men need to take out the tampon. They wear Jordans while I'm owning Nike stock, wearing $50 shoes. I want to see you and all the free agent lifestyle men here learning in wealth and success. And yeah, dude, have all the Jordans you want. But I told my kids, you can buy Nike stock, it's cheaper. Many of the millionaires are supposed to wear those New Balance shoes or the Nike shoes